Taking selfies over here. Comedian Jamie Kennedy in town performing tonight and tomorrow at Comedy at the Carlson. He joins us first, though, on Good Day Rochester. You're sitting over here laughing, and I feel like I grew up with your laugh, your giggle.
You did.
We're close in age, and I feel like I really grew up with you on TV, watching you.
You used to watch Experiment?
All of that. You scream.
Constantly.
Really?
Huge fan.
Wow,
Yes,
thank you.
very much so.
He's actually going to follow you out of the building, so be careful.
Yeah.
Really? All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
I'm going to jump right in if it's
in there.
okay. Listen, okay, quite possibly, arguably the best film franchise of all time. You are in it. Scream.
Yes.
Loved those movies.
You love that.
Growing up and today. Love those movies. And I don't like horror movies.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you feel like you know the rules, right?
Yeah. I don't know if I could pass that test.
Well, you can never have sex.
Okay.
Sex equals death. You can never drink or do drugs.
Okay.
Never say you'll be right back.
That one, yes.
Oh, that's a tough one.
How many rules did you break?
I've
Good morning, Rochester.
A couple of them.
Confessions with Dan Track this morning.
Yes, different segment. But you have a lot of credits prior to that, but I want to know, what was that experience like for you?
Shooting, it was incredible. Like, I got to be in that movie. I only had done a few commercials, and actually Ellen was a very helpful proponent of my beginning of my career. I used to do guest spots on her show, and then the casting director saw me, and I had to go through a lot of steps to get the movie, but when I did, we were making this little horror movie that became, it's like you said, it's 25 years later, and it's now as relevant as ever.
It is.
I was going to say, what do you think of it returning as a franchise, too? It showed a lot of things making a return, but it's so...
Did you see it?
I have not seen it yet.
Come on.
It's really good,
Yeah.
but I don't want to spoil it, but your boy might be in it. Your boy might be in it. You know what I'm saying, right?
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Your boy might make an appearance.
Because of course I had to see it.
And there's an Easter egg. You know about the Easter egg.
I don't.
Well, I say something in the movie, too, a couple places. This is really inside baseball right
Yeah.
now. But you know, there's a couple times where everyone from the original cast does a voiceover, and you have to pick. Henry Winkler, Drew Barrymore.
Okay, yes.
It's so fun.
Yes.
It's a really great movie.
Does it take you back, too, just kind of that time?
Takes me back to the 90s.
Right?
Like, can we go back?
Yeah.
Like the 90s.
I know.
Remember? Like, there's this great meme going around with all of us sitting at the fountain, and it says, look at this, just kids enjoying their life, not a cell phone in sight. And it's like, you remember that? Remember when you could do something and you didn't have to record it?
Yes. Yes.
But it was wonderful.
Cut to you taking selfies
I was
on
like,
the
what's
set
up, guys?
as we're coming on.
I'm posting this on my TikTok.
What's it like traveling now in stand-up? And I got to ask you about some of the headlines we're watching, too. Dave Chappelle, I know you posted about it, too. What we're seeing with comedians, we obviously all saw the Oscar slap with Will Smith and Chris Rock, too.
Yeah.
As a comedian and a stand-up who you enjoy performing for audiences, but now there's this kind of hangs over it a little bit.
It's very... it's such a long answer, so I'll try to be brief here, but the Will Smith thing was just absolutely insanity because, like, I did a talk about it. It was a GOAT. He was a GOAT movie star with a GOAT comedian, two of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And basically assaulted him at Hollywood's biggest night. It's the Super Bowl for Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
And then now with Dave literally being attacked at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
Which is like, you know, there's no cameras at those shows, let alone this guy got in with a knife. It's insane. It's insane, and it's like somehow us just talking and doing jokes is now, there's such anger. So comedy's never been better and more popular, but there's also been people who have never been angrier.
Yeah.
So but the clubs have been fantastic. Like last night, we had such a robust crowd.
Yeah.
And people want to get out.
I want to ask you, too, we're going to come back, because there's a documentary called Heckler, right?
we talk about it.
You talk about a lot of that stuff. So we got to take a quick break. We're going to come back with much more with Jamie Kennedy this morning.
Thank you.
On the next Modern Family, it's Manny's birthday.
We're throwing him a big surprise birthday party.
And he totally fell for it, the little jerk.
And Haley's got a new boyfriend.
Sick ponytail. Ah, thanks.
Marty's always at the gym.
Were
you telling us that you did the weather?
Oh yeah, I did the weather for KTLA.
Here, take it
Look,
away
guys,
right now.
it's gonna be cloudy tonight. There's a chance of sun tomorrow, but it's not a good chance because we're basically Canada up here. So go to Dunkin' or Tim Hortons, get yourself a Timbits, snuggle up with a loved one. Oh, Sunday, There's not a lot of sun, guys, so you got to come see me tonight, because you know what I'm saying? We want to keep it cold and rainy, so you come inside. I wouldn't go outside. I wouldn't jog. I wouldn't go out there and have a barbecue. Summer's not here, guys. The lilacs, just give them another day. Do a Sunday, lilac. I'm competing with the tulips. What is this, flowers?
I was going to ask
Poinsettias are beating me.
Have you heard of a festival focused around a flower before?
Yeah. Here. I was here before I heard about this.
Yeah.
Which is not weird because during this pandemic, we performed everywhere. Like, I performed the rooftops, I performed in alleyways. I actually did a show in a forest.
Really?
Yeah, people are like, you going to a Jamie Kennedy show? They're like, yeah, he's down there by the Pussy Willows. That's a flower, guys. There's nothing weird about that. Good morning, Rochester. Down by the cactus. Look at me. Oh, God, jeez. All right, good to see you. You're laughing. Marty! Marty, do a bench press.
We need Marty back out here. Oh, my God.
That's a flower!
Yeah. I'm familiar.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Goodness.
This is a good time.
You're here performing at Comedy at the Carlson.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've been here before. Mm-hmm. What are your big takeaways from the last time you were here?
Trying to give me that garbage plate.
Oh, yeah. Did you have one?
No, but people DM me and go, hey, do you go out for a plate of garbage? I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, man, we'll do a late-night garbage run. I'm like, what are we stealing? What is that? I remember it because I did a college here in Brockport.
Yeah.
And somebody took me out, and there was a lot of stuff on the plate. And I guess it just looked,
You didn't eat it, though?
I ate it. I didn't know what I ate.
Oh,
I just went with it. It was like a burrito gone rogue.
Yeah. I think the general rule is you've been drinking and you have one, or you're a bit hungover and you may have one.
Well, this one looked like you were drinking and doing a lot of other things on top of it. And then it was a 3 a.m. special, we called it.
Yeah.
There you go.
But, yeah, so...
That's when they taste best.
Yeah.
That's when they taste best.
I swear I grew up with this laugh. I love it.
It's taking you back.
I just love it.
Should I have shaved? Dude, you got edged. You edged real nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I should have shaved.
Thank you. The beard's newer. It's from a post-vacation. I decided to keep it.
He's been getting a lot of hate about this beard.
Occasional.
A little, really. See, I have this beard.
Yeah.
And people look at me. I have to tell them, listen, guys, I was nowhere near the Capitol January 6th. I was at Chick-fil-A. I have nothing to do with that. You can't have a beard anymore. You know what I'm saying?
You're at Chick-fil-A.
Are we in trouble? I'm sorry.
No,
it's
I don't
early.
think we're not in trouble. We're having a good time.
Marty, stop doing push-ups.
I know he left us. Getting one of those quick workouts in. I wanted to ask you too. What's it like to be back on the road? Because obviously with COVID, it was difficult for stand-up in person and stuff like that. And then we mentioned briefly kind of your documentary Heckler about kind of engaging with the audience. A lot of time there's opportunity, but dealing with those individuals sometimes can pose a challenge, but also an opportunity for your comedy, I imagine.
Big time. To answer all this, live comedy, I'm not to be all, you know, emo, but like I'm grateful. Like people are coming out, they're really loving it. I mean, I realize how lucky I am just like to come here and travel and just perform for people. You know, it took me 6 planes to get here. But what I'm trying to tell you,
Only 6?
You got to get it direct, guys. But it was amazing, and it's beautiful. And like, I went to a music festival. People were just so happy. You know, so in terms of the heckling, I preferred it. I thought when it was on, like, I used to get mad at Twitter hate. I much prefer that now. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be this epidemic that we're gonna see, but there are. I always say that social media has proven to the world how most people are not funny. Like, people are just getting more offended more and more in comedy. I guess because comedy wasn't consumed as it is now. Netflix is a joke. I don't know if you know the special they're having in L.A. They're playing everywhere. The Forum, the Staples Center. So comedy's never been bigger. Yeah. But that's going to expose people that don't understand that these are jokes, and it's going to be intense.
And I think that you hit the nail on the head there. That is key. It's comedy. It's jokes, and a lot of times people get offended by it, but that's also what makes it funny.
It's not literal. And it's like what our job is to do as comedians is to push you right to the edge to make you question things. Like, okay, what's going on here? And then, boom, you laugh, right? But now, I mean, not to go down a rabbit hole here, but
let's go down
the last place to open in this area was Carlson Comedy Club. Everything else was open. You could go to a bar, you could go to bowling, but not the comedy club, which makes me wonder, what was Cuomo thinking? Like, don't let comedians speak a little outside the box thoughts? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm in trouble.
No, you're not in trouble.
So comedy is the last thing we got. Like, this is like where we speak unfilteredly, and then you go, you know, what's up?
Yeah. What do you I'm curious what you think of social media these days.
It's honestly, I've embraced it. You know, like
you don't have a choice.
Yeah,
right?
I have to. It's my job, so I have everything from TikTok on down, and it helps. Like, you'd be amazed at how much little you can spend on a Facebook ad and really target. So it's really helpful.
We're running low on time. I want to tell people shows tonight.
Tonight, tomorrow. 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow. Carlson into Comedy at the Carlson. I'm here. It's the only club in town.
The awesome Jamie Kennedy.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Jamie. Weather,
Appreciate
traffic, local headlines coming up next.